Hello to my LinkedIn and social media connections. Today, we're going to take a look at least 10 different ways in which you or your organization can become involved in the work that the New York City Department of Education is doing in order for you to positively impact and positively influence the life of a young person. Number one, you can participate in our internship programs. So you would take on an intern either after school during the fall and spring semesters, or you can take on an intern during the summer hours, and the wages of that intern would be paid entirely by our budget. Now, if you do have a budget in place that can pay the student directly yourself, by all means, we're not standing in your way. But normally, our internships, they are paid by our own budget. So if you want to take on an intern, this would be a mutually beneficial experience because the kid gets to make money, you get to have your free labor, and in addition to making money, that young person can get that career exposure they need so that they can brush up on their skills as they grow older, and they would have a step up as they try to pursue their career as they get older. Now, let's say you cannot commit to having an intern. And next thing you can do is you can offer a workplace tour. So this would allow students to visit your workplace and interact with the various professionals with whom you work. You see, a lot of times the adults that a young person knows, it may be their parents, it may be family members, it may be their teachers, but with a workplace tour, they can get to see what a place of business is like, and they can get to interface with professionals. Next up, let's say you can't do a workplace tour and you can't do the internships. What you can do is you can participate on one of our career panels, and you can also visit a classroom as a guest speaker. As a matter of fact, our schools, they do all sorts of activities throughout the school year where you can plug into, and you or your company can participate in one of the many career fairs that happen throughout the school year. And next thing you can do is you can participate in a mock interview. You can help students practice and develop their interviewing skills. You see, a lot of our young people, they may be intelligent, they may be competent in terms of their hands-on skills and their skills within the shop class, but oftentimes when they get to the interview stage, they cannot articulate their competencies. So by doing mock interviews with industry professionals such as yourself, that would allow them to eradicate the nervousness that they have, and then interviewing would become second nature to them. But not only do we have student-facing engagement opportunities for industry professionals, we have teacher engagement opportunities as well. You or your organization can put together a training or a workshop that can help our teachers understand more about your particular sector. A lot of times we lose track of the diversity of various career opportunities that exist. So if you or your company can put together some sort of professional development training, we would love to have our teachers involved. Next up, you can participate in our externship programs. This is similar to our student internships, but instead of you having a student as your intern, you can have a teacher as your intern. Now, the purpose of this is so that it could help upskill our teachers. We want to make sure that our teachers are keeping up to date with the current trends of industry. And based upon the skill sets and the knowledge that they've gained from job shadowing within your organization, the expectation is that the teacher would then take those newly gained skills and that newly gained knowledge back into their classroom where they can implement it with their students. In addition to having the student-facing activities and the teacher-facing activities, we also have things you can do at the commission level. You can serve as a speaker on one of our discussion panels. For each of our commissions, we have 3 meetings per year, 24 in total. We have lots of discussion panels where you can participate and you can tell us about the employability skills that your organization or your company are looking for. And this would enable our teachers and our students to gain first-hand knowledge of how they can best prepare for when they leave high school. The next thing is, let's say you're an introvert. Let's say you don't like the spotlight. You don't want to be in front of a classroom of 35 young people looking at you weirdly. You don't want to You don't want to be in front of the camera. You don't want to be in front of a crowd. We have the folks who like to do things behind the scenes. You can become one of our curriculum reviewers. So you would be reviewing industry-specific curriculum materials, and you would provide feedback based on your own knowledge and your own experience. You see, in order for our CTE programs to be approved by the New York State Educational Department, one of the components necessary is having industry professionals taking a look at our curricula and endorsing it. So we rely on industry professionals such as yourself to tell us what are the antiquated concepts in our curriculum that need to be removed. What are the novel concepts that we need to be implementing and infusing in our curriculum so that we can stay ahead of the game? What are the concepts that we need to make sure are there in the curriculum and placed in a logical, coherent manner? What are the certifications that we need to be providing for our young people? So we look for this kind of feedback from industry professionals such as yourself. We would send you the curriculum, we would send you the guiding questions, and at your convenience, you can then offer your feedback in the materials that we give you. The next thing you can do is you can provide a meeting space or a venue where we can have our commission meetings or our various CTE events that we're trying to put together. And finally, you can sit on an advisory board for a school that has a CTE program that is related to your profession. So you would be serving in a volunteering capacity where you would be offering general guidance and feedback concerning that school's educational program. Those are at least 10 different ways in which you can become involved in our work and you don't have to spend $1. Now let's say you can't do any of the aforementioned tasks. You can always refer us to other individuals in your network who can help us out. As always, if you have any questions or comments, you can reach me at GREID, the number 10, at schools.nyc.gov. This is Gavaskar Reid, your favorite staff member from the New York City Department of Education's Central Office, signing off.